The battle under the hot sun of Africa was first and foremost a strategically important piece of aerial warfare. The hindrance of enemy troop movements and the destruction of their supply routes were the main objectives of the aerial strategy. To execute this task successfully, it was important for both sides to gain aerial supremacy in the African theatre of war. In countless actions, it was primarily the fighters which had to bear the main burden of the air battles over the desert.
Wackelnd kehren unsere Jäger von ihrem siegreichen Kampf zurück. Eichenlaubträger Hauptmann Ubben. Er konnte bisher 101 Gegner abschießen. Major Müncheberg, Träger des Eichenlaubs mit Schwertern, brachte allein in diesem Luftkampf 4 Briten zur Strecke. Bisher erzielte er insgesamt 125 Abschüsse. Generalfeldmarschall Kesselring. In der Mitte Hauptmann Bär. Er konnte an diesem Tage 5 Tommys herunterholen und ist Sieger in 152 Luftkämpfen. Die Flugzeugwracks liegen weit verstreut, brennend in der Wüste.
In this battle of man against man, there was a remarkable spirit of chivalry born out of a sense of comradeship and respect for the enemy pilot. Here were no terror attacks on cities, nor were any defenseless civilians strafed by the fighters. They simply concentrated on the fight against the military targets. Against the fighter planes used by the RAF, the Spitfire, the Hurricane, the Curtiss Tomahawk, and from 1942 onwards its improved version, the Kitty Hawk, the Luftwaffe deployed its most powerful fighter, the Me-109, and the Italians used the Fiat CR-42. And there was a young German fighter pilot who rocketed like a star across the African sky, and who set new standards in aerial warfare which have never been surpassed. 22-year-old Hans Joachim Marseille was transferred to North Africa with the 1st Group Fighter Squadron 27 on April the 22nd, 1941, to support the Afrika Korps. The very next day, April 23rd, he won his first air battle in Africa by shooting down a Hurricane. And so began the most magnificent series of success in the history of fighter pilots. The brilliant aeronautical ability of the young pilot officer allowed him to break all previous records and to set new ones, which have not been equalled even today.
Oberst Galland, der Inspekteur der Jagdflieger, besucht einen Feldflugplatz in der Wüste. Ein Wüstenwegweiser. Das Zelt des Staffelkapitäns. Zurück von erfolgreicher Jagd. Das Geschwader hat bei diesem Einsatz seinen 1000. Luftsieg errungen. Der siegreiche Jagdflieger wird entsprechend gefeiert. Eichenlaubträger Oberleutnant Marseille. Er schoss bisher 87 Gegner ab.
Whenever the Gelb 14 showed up in the African sky, it meant numerous losses for his British adversary. This becomes clear from the following chronological list of his air victories. 23-4-41, first shooting down in Africa, Hurricane at Tobruk. 17-6-41, 2 Hurricanes shot down, 5 more shot down by 14th of September. 24-9-41, 4 air victories at Halfaya Pass, 14 Hurricanes shot down by 17-12-41. 12-2-42, 4 shot down at Tobruk in 6 minutes. 21-2-42, 50th air victory. 25-4-42, 2 shot down in 2 minutes. 10-5-42, 2 Hurricanes shot down at Maturba in 2 minutes. 12 air victories by the 31st of the 5th. 3-6-42, 6 shot down in 11 minutes. 75th air victory. 10-6-42, 4 air victories at Bir Hakeim in 15 minutes. 15-6-42, 4 air victories in 5 minutes, including his 91st air victory. 16-6-42, 4 shot down. 17-6-42, 6 in 7 minutes over the airport Kamut. 1-9-42, 17 air victories in 3 actions. 2-9-42, 5 air victories. 3-9-42, 6 air victories. 5-9-42, 4 air victories. 6-9-42, 4 air victories. 7-9-42, 2 air victories. 11-9-42, 2 air victories. 15-9-42, 7 shot down in 11 minutes. 26-9-42, 7 air victories, including 6 Spitfires, 1 Curtiss and his 158th air victory.